Ever let your loyalty become your slavery. Ever compromise your self-respect. To know when to let go. I'm not a relationship coach, and I would never claim to be one, but there are relationships that we come across in our lifetime that have an incredible impact on us, right? It helps us become who we are, right? It builds character. It develops typically long lasting relationships with people that you think have your best interests at heart. But what I wanted to talk to you guys today about is being able to understand the difference between someone that's in your life, whether it's a marriage or boyfriend, girlfriend, whether it's just a relationship with your family, being able to know when you should walk away and not allow your loyalty to become your slavery. And it's hard sometimes when you meet people in life that you have such a connection with, that whether it's, hey, let's go out, we hang out, we have a great time, or there's someone that maybe you even grew up with. And as we know, as we get older, people change, things change, right? Circumstances change, people's lives change, people get families, they get married, they move on with their life, they go off to college. And one of the things that is going to allow you to be able to detach yourself is by you knowing who's in your corner at all times. And how do you know who's in your corner? Well, the first thing is they're there with you through the great times, and they're there for you in the not so great times. When you couldn't hold down a job, when you needed a place to stay, when you needed $20 to put into your gas tank. That's the person who we refer to as loyal to the soil. That's someone who wants you to be better, but more importantly, they actually know that you're better than what you're showing right now. This is the person who, whether it's a friend or a family member, this is the person who, like, when you get into that toxic relationship or you stay unfocused on something that doesn't really have anything to do with you getting better, this is the person that gives you the kick in the ass, right? To have people around you who tell you what you need to know, not what you want to hear. Have people that are going to push you in the direction of success. Have people in your corner that are going to push you to the level that you want to be at. And sometimes you don't find out until later in life. You don't find out to maybe your 20s or your 30s that the individual that you've been hanging out with hasn't really changed their mindset from high school or from college. Like, they haven't really changed their thinking around life and what life goals they have. Maybe they're not as broad as yours. Maybe they're not as big as yours. And when you pitch an idea of like, hey man, I've been thinking about moving, I've been thinking about doing this with my life, they're the person who's like, you know what? You grew up here. Like, why leave? You make good money. Like, why? Like, a real friend would tell you, well, first of all, they would ask you more questions, right? They would be more involved in the process. All right, cool. That's interesting. Tell me more about it, right? They're the person that wants you to be better. And even at the risk of losing that relationship, and I don't mean losing it in total, I just mean losing that relationship from an aspect of maybe we don't contact each other every single day. Maybe we don't see each other as much. Maybe when I come home, I can't hang out with you as much because I want to pursue, whether it's a specific passion or it's just something where you just want to get out of where you're living at, or you're just looking for a new opportunity or a job opened up. Maybe you can transfer. Like, this is the person that allows you to they try to see where you're coming from. They try to reason with like, all right, cool. Well, if I was in this position, would I be able to be someone that could take this to the next level like he or she could? But also, what would I want my friend to tell me, right? What would you want your friend to tell you? You want him to tell you like, dude, you're incredible at that. You're incredible at that. You should definitely look into that. You should definitely research it and look it up. Like, what's cost of living like there? Or, how much is it going to cost you to go back to school? Well, how much is it down payment? Like, are you able to get a business loan to open up that type of business? Those are the type of people you want in your life. And it's the same for your relationships, right? It's the same for the person that you love if you're married or you're in a relationship. Like, you should never, ever, ever put anyone before what you're motivated about, before your passion, before your purpose in life, why you feel like you were put on this earth. And if that's to be a teacher, if that's to run a business, if that's to open up a repair shop, if that's to do a YouTube channel online, a tutorial on how to do, I don't care what it is. Never let anyone take the place of what's most important to you and your focus is in life. Because the minute that you do that is the minute that you're limiting your thinking. But you're allowing someone else to do it for you. So put your ideas first. Put it in perspective of where you want to be. But you also have to be able to let go. So if that relationship is not the same when you move, or that relationship is not the same even when you bring up that idea, then really the person that you're friends with or in a relationship with or married to, they're probably not someone in your corner. Because, yeah, I mean, you might have kids, you might have bills and stuff to pay, but at the end of the day, if this is something that's just every day you come home and you're like, I really want to pursue this, I really want to look into this, and just at the inkling of you bringing it up, if someone is just like, oh man, I don't know about that, like, you should probably surround yourself. Let me rephrase that. You should definitely replace that person in your life and surround yourself with like-minded individuals that see the positive in what you're trying to do. Because that's the crabs in the barrel mentality, right? When someone's just trying to bring you down or not really trying to support the idea and on bettering yourself, of course. If they don't want to support the idea on you bettering yourself, then honestly, that's not someone that you should have in your life. And you should let them go. No matter how long you guys have been married or been together. If they can't come around, right? And I'm not saying that the first time you have that conversation is going to be easy or that they're going to agree, right? Because usually what happens in those conversations is, well, what about this? What about that? Well, what if it doesn't, right? It's always the negative thoughts. It's never the positive side. And if it's driving you that insane, where you're just maniacal about like, I really have to do this. Like, I really want to do this. I want to accomplish this goal. Don't let nobody in your life tell you that you can't do it. Be willing to leave it all behind for what you believe in, for what you have a passion about, for what you're excited about. Like, what gets your, like, the moment you think about it. Like, it's just that feeling that you're like, man, I can't wait to go make that YouTube video. I can't wait to go get out and start on this product. I can't wait to go to this networking event. I can't wait to get to my next sale. I can't wait to go off to college. Like, don't let anyone stop you. Make your decisions for you and let go of all of the indecision, because a lot of times that indecision comes from outward factors, right? It comes from outside influencers. It comes from people who aren't in the decision-making role, because remember, you're the one in the decision-making role. So you have to make what's the best decision for you, and you can't let anyone affect that. Push yourself to understand, because it's going to be a hard pill to swallow when you have someone who doesn't see it from your perspective. Like the video, comment, and change your way of thinking. Let go of the person who can't get on board with what you want to accomplish in life. I'll see you guys soon.